Hey, Dark Horse Nation. I hope you guys are having a good evening. It is October 1st. So the year, guys, is starting to wind down. And I know everyone is looking forward to the holidays. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. It seems like everything is wrapped up here in the last part of the year, and that's all great, yeah. So, as always, there's been a lot of things going on in the world, more tragic events. I mean, it's a never-ending ordeal, guys. And so on top of everything else that is going on, now we're dealing with an unnecessary shutdown of the U.S. government. Which makes no sense whatsoever, and I'm sure the majority of you all think the same way. You know, in my mind's eye, if a government can't be run between Democrats and Republicans, then maybe it is time for a drastic change in the way the United States is governed. Now, this is just my thought process. The government has been shut down because of crap that does not make sense. And in the reality of it all, guys, there should never ever be a government shutdown. Your politicians have salaries. They are being paid by the American people to do a job. That means they need to go in at 3 o'clock in the morning for a vote or whatever it is they need to do. Then they need to be on call, just like the United States military, period. You volunteer to be a senator or a congressman or whatever, you need to be on call 24/7. That is the job you chose. So now the government decides we're going to shut down. So that means all unnecessary offices close, parks, services, recreation shuts down. I mean, just so many things are happening within the government that affects your average, everyday individual. And to be honest, it's not fair to those people who are making a meager wage that is being funded by taxpayer dollars. The resources that this country has to have to function on a day-to-day basis, and you're asking certain individuals to work without pay for who knows how long. I can guarantee you the majority of Americans on a public sector job, if their boss said, hey, look, we can't pay you for the next month, are you okay with that? Guess what? That person will be walking out the door and finding another job. And that's just the reality. You can't expect people, especially with families, to go without a paycheck because the government is acting like a bunch of kindergarten kids. That is total crap. So here's my thing. You know, America is based on high tech. Our resources are based on transportation. I can tell you one thing. What if every TSA employee across the United States decided to walk out for the next 72 hours? What kind of chaos do you think that would bring to the U.S.? Because here's the thing, they cannot fire every single one of those people and retrain people to do that job, not within the next 72 hours. Not even within the next month. It cannot happen. So think about who uses public transportation. All your big shot, big wigs, even government officials who don't use private jets. You know, you would bring America to a standstill within 72 hours if the TSA walks out and refuses to do that job because we're not getting paid. Guess what? You can't put an airplane up if there's no one there for security. It can't be done. So that's just my opinion. You know, your average person should not be held at gunpoint by the government because they cannot get their ducks in a row. And my point is, if the Democrats are the ones pushing this event, then every single one of those individuals should be fired. Congressmen, senators, every Democrat on that side should be fired. And then the Republicans can take the reins and do what it needs to do to get this country back on top. That's just my opinion. You may not like it, you may not agree with me. But you know, this kindergarten crap with the government needs to stop. It has to stop. Because, yeah, we're not getting anywhere by doing this. The only thing we're doing is hurting America. It is hurting Americans. So, you know, whatever transpires in the next several days, maybe some individuals will come to their senses and decide to have a vote and let's get the government started back up again. You know, the entire world looks up to us as role models. And when they see us doing this kind of thing, they're like, you know, why do we look up to the United States? Why? Because they can't even keep their own government functioning. So no matter how you feel about politics and the way things are going, yeah, I think we can all agree that a shutdown is not the way to go. The only thing that does is make the United States vulnerable to all of the factions that would like to see us fail and fall. That's all that does, guys. So I just want to come out here today. It was on my mind. And I just think it's ridiculous. And if they expect workers to work for the next month without pay, then the ones who are running this country are highly, highly confused. You know. And if all those people who are not getting paid walk off the job, then guess what? That is totally understandable. You expect to keep a free nation. You expect our national security to be at the top. But how can we do that when our government is acting like 5-year-olds in a sandbox who cannot draw lines to come to a consensus? Anyway, I just wanted to express my thoughts on that. I hope you guys are having a great day. Be safe. Be blessed. And hang in there, you know, because there's nothing certain anymore, especially in this country. From day to day, things change. I mean, there's no safety net here any longer. So with that being said, I'm going to get over here and enjoy the rest of my evening. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And you know what that means. And I hope you guys enjoy your evening. So hang in there, guys. Don't give up. Don't lose faith. But America, we should not tolerate this government shutdown for too long. You don't have to. You're the ones that put these people in office. And America can make sure that their jobs go away. So don't forget that. So with that being said, you know me, I'm gonna have me a little drink. You all be blessed, be safe. Please like, subscribe. It's free. Please share. And I will catch you guys later with another video of some kind. And what do we say, Dark Horse Nation? Damn. That's good. Alright, y'all. Take care, and I'll catch you guys later.